object along circumference of a circle is called as circular motion. Whenever object performs circular motion, the position of the particle is represented by radius vector. Radius vector is vector drawn from center of the circle to the position of the particle, and the radius vector represent position of particle on the circumference. When we consider radius vector is directed along radius. That's why we can say that it is radial, but it is directed away from center. That's why we can say that radius vector is centrifugal in nature. Okay. Now, suppose that A and B are the two positions of the particle on the circumference. If we consider velocity of an object at point A and velocity of object at point B, we are observing that velocities are along tangent. So, as we know that the motion of an object performing circular motion, the velocity of an object performing circular motion at any point is directed along tangent. It means that velocity is tangential, and as tangent changes its direction at every point, velocity also changes its direction, and as velocity changes its direction at every point, we can say that circular motion is always an accelerated motion. Now let us consider another point of this topic. Let particle moves from point A to point B on the circumference in time delta t, and let it covers linear displacement delta s, distance AB on the circumference. During this particular time interval delta t, the radius vector traces an angle delta theta. This angle delta theta, which is traced by radius vector, is called as angular displacement. So angular displacement is angle traced by the radius vector. So let us have the formula for angular displacement. As we know that delta theta is equal to arc AB upon radius. So delta theta equals to delta S upon R. When we consider angular displacement, we have two criteria for the angular displacement. Finite angular displacement is a scalar quantity. Finite angular displacement is scalar, but infinitesimally small angular displacement is a vector quantity because it obeys all vector laws. Now let us have the direction of this angular displacement. Let object moves from point A to point B again. Delta theta angle traced by radius vector. Delta S bar. This is along tangent again. The direction of angular displacement is always perpendicular to the plane in which particle performs circular motion. Direction of angular displacement, that is infinitesimally small angular displacement, is always perpendicular to the plane in which particle is performing circular motion. And if we consider the relation between linear displacement delta S bar, radius vector and angular displacement, we have delta S bar equals to delta theta bar cross R bar. This is very important relation. Delta S bar is equal to delta theta bar cross R bar. Let's have next point. The relation between V bar, R bar and omega bar. V bar equals to omega bar cross R bar. This is vector format. So V equals to R omega. As we know, this is omega is 2 pi f. So this is 2 pi fr. As we know, omega is 2 pi upon t. This is 2 pi upon t into r. So these are different formulas for linear velocity of a particle performing circular motion. Let's have a look over acceleration. Whenever we consider tangential acceleration, this tangential acceleration is the cross product of angular acceleration and radius vector. So at bar is equal to alpha bar cross r bar. So at is equal to r alpha or r d omega by dt. This is tangential acceleration. Tangential acceleration is due to the rate of change of angular speed. If omega is constant, if angular speed is constant, then derivative of constant is 0, and in that case tangential acceleration is 0. Let's have a look over centripetal acceleration. AR bar is equal to minus v square upon r into r cap, or minus omega square r bar. In magnitude we have AR equals to v square upon r, or r omega square, or as omega is 2 pi f, this is 4 pi square f square. This is centripetal acceleration. Here negative sign shows that A bar and R bar are oppositely directed. R cap is the unit vector along radius. It is directed away from center, which shows that centripetal acceleration is directed towards center. Next, whenever object is performing circular motion, it has two types of acceleration. One is radial acceleration, AR bar. Another is tangential acceleration, AT bar. And the resultant of these two is in this direction by parallelogram law of vector. So this is resultant vector A bar, and that's why we have a look here. A bar is equal to AR bar plus AT bar. And if we consider the magnitude of resultant vector for acceleration, this is AR square plus AT square. This is for non-uniform circular motion. But when we consider UCM, for UCM angular speed is constant, so angular acceleration is 0. And as angular acceleration is 0, tangential component of acceleration also vanishes. And that's why we have resultant vector is directly equal to AR, because if AT is 0, then we have resultant acceleration in uniform circular motion directly equal to AR.